I've been mastering manifestation for 9 years, have read over 500 spiritual books, and now manifest 7 figures as a result. I'm going to compress 9 years into this one secret I wish I knew sooner into this one video. When it comes to law of attraction and manifestation, most people think it's a magic show. They think that I think something today or I want something and poof, it's going to come out of thin air. Now, what disappointed me the most back then is I really believed in this stuff. I believed that I could change my life. I believed in the law of attraction. I believed that something different could happen, and I couldn't figure it out. But we need to think about this in an entirely different way, an entirely different level of awareness. Because even if you feel like you're doing the work right now, you're reading the books, you're listening to the audiobooks, watching the videos, something might not be clicking for you. Maybe the result hasn't come in. Maybe you're feeling it's delayed in some sort of way. It just feels like something isn't working all the way as well as it should, especially for you. As I know that you're an ambitious individual, you have goals, you have intentions, you do the studying, but you're ready for that next level, and maybe it just hasn't happened all the way yet. So here's the crucial point here, okay? This is you. And as you are going in this plane, you are split up into two pieces, not literally, but figuratively, that we're going to be talking about. There's the three-dimensional side of you, and there's the fourth-dimensional side. Now, the three-dimensional side is easy enough. It's physical time and space. You fill space, and there's time, past, present, and future. In the fourth-dimensional reality, it includes all space and all time. Now, the mistake I was having was I was trying to create from here thinking this was magic, right? I'm thinking about something I'm wanting. I just have to think about it. I just have to study. I just have to read the books, and I'm going to ultimately get the result. And that just wasn't true. And everyone's heard before, do your gratitude journaling, visualize, do your affirmations. But I'm sure as you also understand that it's not enough to actually think it or want it. We actually have to embody it and accept it into our subconscious mind. Now, too many times we're thinking about what we want from the lack of it. We don't have it yet. So our mind overthinks, how's it going to come in? Where's it going to come from? Or when is it going to actually happen? And the mind is thinking in terms of the 3D world. It's creating matter from matter, trying to change the 3D world by thinking and forcing it into being, or using your willpower. And that's just a different scenario in the fourth dimension, where we ultimately need to surrender to the information or the quantum field. And by the way as well, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to be here with our soul tribe, like if you're finding this valuable, and links in the description below for any courses or help you might want. Now here's what really changed my life, and the secret I wish I knew sooner is understanding that we are all signals to something in the quantum field, and we are providing this energy outwards that's connected to all people and all things. And whatever signal we are providing into the quantum field is what we're providing back or mirrored back into the physical reality. So it's not about some magic show. It's not about wanting something and being disappointed that it hasn't happened yet. It's more about what signal am I providing in the quantum field or the fourth dimensional space is mirroring back to me and creating my reality. Now, I was doing all this stuff. I was reading the books. I was listening to the videos like we talked about. But I was a signal to lack and being broke. I was that signal because all of my being, my thoughts, my feelings, my actions were more in harmony with lack than abundance. So back then I would get so disappointed because I thought I was visualizing, I thought I was doing enough affirmations, I thought I was doing enough things. But truly my signal was mirroring back to me in forms of lack, in forms of disappointment, in terms of not manifesting what I really want into life. Now, how do you become a signal? What does this actually mean? Well, since the 4D has all time and all space right now, we want to change the data in the field or change the thought frequency we're putting out. And what we need to do to change the identity or change the self-concept of you in the quantum field is we need to change what concept you're holding in the quantum field overall. So we need to change our identity, our self-concept, or what we also call the self-image, to create a different signal outward. Now here's the practice. Your self-concept is a conglomerate of what you feel and what you think, your deep-seated beliefs, on a daily level. So we need to change how we feel and how we think. It says easy enough. But the secret that we're talking about here is really becoming a signal for something entirely different in your field. So how do you become a signal for abundance before you have abundance in your physical life? Well, you have to create an inner world of abundance first. I want you to pretend like you are in a movie and you're an actor. And in that movie, you need to act lavishly. You need to seek out riches and have wealth all around you at all times. That's literally what we're doing when we go to our imagination. Our imagination is the fourth dimensional side. It is the quantum field. So every day we need to build our self-concept of wealth and abundance before we have it. So night and morning, anytime throughout the day that you have 5 to 10 minutes, what you're going to do is actually create a self-concept. You're going to see a world as if you have abundance already. And then you're going to match your inner thoughts. You're going to talk to yourself as if you already had all the money. You would say things like, I'm so grateful I have all this money. Wow, can you believe all this money came into my life? This is fantastic. Or what Neville Goddard would call, how wonderful is this? You see, you create an end scene, something that's indicating you already have the thing in your possession. And by doing so, you're creating an inner world of abundance, prosperity, and lavishness prior to it happening on the 3D plane. Now, the most important part of this signal is you have to create it more and more. It's like planting a flower. If you plant a flower, you need to put water, nutrients, soil, and sunlight in order for the flower to grow. You need to have the proper environment. The same thing goes with this signal. Every day you need to add to your signal over and over and over to increase the frequency of it in the vibrational field of quantum field. And every day that you're increasing your signal, you're feeling like it's more real, it's more natural, it's more here and present and now. And what starts to happen is the coincidences, the synchronicities, the divine timings start to line up because you're adding your signal to the quantum field. It's becoming bigger in amplitude and frequency, and it's starting to become something where it starts to attract in. Because in this fourth dimensional wavelength, this fourth dimensional reality, it's all information, and you're changing your consciousness level to line up with the signal you're desiring. But before, since I was thinking this was like a magic show, I wasn't adding to my signal. I was learning, which is outside of you. There's a part of you that unlocks, yes, but I'm reading books outside of me. I'm watching videos outside of me. I'm reading those different style magazines or looking at different self-help materials, whatever that may be. But all these things are outside of myself. So yes, I'm gaining knowledge. Yes, I'm gaining a level of awareness, but I'm not changing my signal. So my signal is this bland signal, lack signal, broke signal that I always have constantly going on. Because I wasn't changing my inner field, I was learning, but I wasn't changing my signal. And if I knew this secret way faster, all day I would be thinking, how can I increase my signal? Not the 3D thinking is, how do I get the thing? How do I get the money? How do I get the clients? How do I get the business? How do I get the soulmate? How do I get the dream home? How do I? Instead, it's, let me increase my signal. How do I increase my signal today? And that's a very different place to come from. Focus on the signal. Every day your objective, how do I increase my signal? And then you've got it.